Princess Leonor of Spain and Prince Christian of Denmark's 2025 royal wedding in Copenhagen. A royal love story, a future queen, and a wedding no one thought would come so soon. The streets of Copenhagen are silent. The world holds its breath. Because Princess Leonor of Spain and Prince Christian of Denmark are about to marry. Not a rumor, not a dream, a royal wedding, in 2025. And what happens inside those palace walls will change history forever. One the world watches. From Madrid to Copenhagen, from London to Washington, television screens lit up with one image, the white carriages rolling through the Danish capital. Flags of Spain and Denmark flew side by side, blending in the cold Copenhagen air. Crowds lined the cobbled streets. Some waved Danish red, others waved Spanish crimson and gold. Together, the colors merged into a sea of celebration. The world had seen royal weddings before, but never like this. Because this was not just a wedding. It was the uniting of two dynasties, two nations, two young hearts, two Leonor's arrival. When the carriage stopped at the Cathedral of Our Lady, all eyes turned to the bride. The doors opened, and there she stood, Princess Leonor de Bourbon, radiant in ivory silk. Her gown shimmered under the Danish winter sun. Its lace traced delicate patterns, a tribute to Spain's royal heritage. Yet the crown that rested on her veil, a Danish tiara, gifted by Queen Margrethe herself, symbolized her new bond to Denmark. The crowd gasped, not just at her beauty, but at the symbolism. She was not just Leonor of Spain. She was Leonor, the bridge between two kingdoms. Later in this video, you'll see the exact detail of Leonor's wedding dress that stunned even royal historians, a hidden tribute sewn into the fabric itself. 3. The groom awaits. Inside the cathedral, Prince Christian waited. Tall, composed. His military uniform gleamed with Danish medals, but pinned close to his chest was something unusual, a small Spanish insignia, personally approved by King Felipe VI. When Leonor entered, Christian's eyes softened. For a brief moment, he broke protocol. He smiled, and cameras around the world caught it, a human gesture inside centuries of tradition. For the ceremony, the archbishop's voice echoed through the cathedral, solemn, steady, eternal. As the vows were spoken, the weight of centuries pressed down on two young shoulders. Do you, Leonor, take Christian? Her voice trembled, then steadied. I do. A moment later, his turn. Do you, Christian, take Leonor? His words rang clear. I do. And with those words, Spain and Denmark's royal futures intertwined. But what happened next silenced the cathedral. The rings, designed in secrecy, carried not just diamonds, but something far more meaningful. Later in this video, you'll hear the hidden message engraved inside them. 5. The family reactions. The cameras panned across the pews. King Felipe VI, tears gathering in his eyes, watching his daughter step into history. Queen Letizia, radiant in navy, clutched her hands tightly, pride and emotion written across her face. And across the aisle, Queen Margrethe II leaned forward, nodding slowly, as if acknowledging not just her grandson's marriage, but the dawn of a new era for Denmark itself. For a brief moment, two queens locked eyes, Letizia and Margrethe. And in that glance, the world saw both the sacrifice and the blessing of mothers letting go. 6. The kiss. Then came the moment. The vows complete. The cathedral still. Christian lifted Leonor's veil. He leaned forward. And in front of kings, queens, presidents, and millions watching worldwide, they kissed. The crowd erupted outside. Bells rang across Copenhagen. Flags waved higher. And the city shook with cheers. This was not just romance. This was history, sealed with a kiss. 7. The procession. The newlyweds stepped into the carriage. White horses pulled them through the heart of Copenhagen. Petals rained from the balconies. The Spanish anthem blended with the Danish march. Children waved flags. Elders bowed. The city became a stage for a love story centuries in the making. But what happened along the procession route left everyone stunned. A young girl ran forward, holding a single white rose. The guards hesitated, then allowed her through. Leonor bent down, took the flower, and handed it to Christian. A simple gesture, but a moment that melted millions of hearts. 8. The ballroom reception. Inside Christianborg Palace, the grand ballroom glittered. Chandeliers burned bright. Tables overflowed with gold and crystal. And at the head table, Leonor and Christian sat side by side, smiling like any young couple, yet bearing the weight of nations. Trumpets sounded, guests rose, and the first dance began. A waltz, slow, graceful, timeless. Leonor's gown shimmered as Christian guided her across the marble floor. Later in this video, you'll hear the exact song chosen for their first dance, a choice that carried a secret nod to Leonor's Spanish heritage. 9 global reactions. The news cycle exploded. Royal wedding of the century. Leonor captivates Copenhagen. Spain and Denmark united in love. From Madrid's plazas to Copenhagen's streets, to London, Paris, and even New York, crowds gathered around screens. People who had never cared for royal events found themselves mesmerized. Because this was not politics. Not duty. It was love. And love has the power to move the world. 10. As the night drew on, Leonor and Christian stepped out onto the palace balcony. The crowd below roared. Fireworks burst over Copenhagen. Christian raised his hand. Leonor leaned into him. And together, they waved, not as prince and princess, but as husband and wife. And in that moment, 2 countries, 2 families, and 2 hearts stood united. The future of Spain. The future of Denmark. A love story now written into history. This was not just a wedding. It was a union of nations. It was legacy and love, joined together in front of the world. Princess Leonor of Spain and Prince Christian of Denmark, a couple who stunned the world in 2025, not just with crowns but with hearts. And from Copenhagen that day, history whispered its promise. The future of royalty is love.